Oke lah guys, hari ini kita akan melakukan quest story. Taruh ada event kan? Ini sih belum ada event terbaru guys. Ada apa ini? Lihat pesan. Oh, main. Cek dulu. Ini ada apa? Jadi gatel. Ringkasan isi update. Oh ya, update kemarin guys. Nah, untuk meningkatkan bla 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 di jenis input DCG terdapat apa yang tidak normal pada molekul cocok karakter. Oh, update yang itu apa tuh yang bermain kartu dulu, apa nih, hadis murni mutiara depan bermain karakter. Wah, karakter legendary ini untuk membuka quest story bagi chapter legendary. Dapat kamu membuka fitur quest story setelah membayar capital bonus. Udah lewat bos. Chapter level 49 dapat dengan memasukkan masih ada ini chapter lagi nih dia. Kita lihat dulu quest story. Bukan. Oh, ini toh di bagian 3 bos. Bagian satunya tidak ada bagian satu. Ini bagian 3 aja. Udah bagian 4 sih, telah nih buat review, bukan review sih, tutorialnya. Ini lanjut ke poster aja dulu guys ya. Itu baru kita kelarin itu guys. Ya udah ya. Sorry. Ya. Daftar, oh ini dia. Let's go. Kita ke Inazuma 11. Tele. Oke, kita udah sampai guys. Aduh.
I won't let you down.
Nah, kita ngobrol, oh bukan tuh. Di sini ternyata. Nah, ini dia. Ryuji.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him?
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
Kalau dari suara gini, lebih baik diem sih guys. Dengar ceritanya guys.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of
Kayak
immediate
nonton film
interest.
kan, belum ngopi.
Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detectives, some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want.
Millions?
Millions.
Of Mora?
Ah.
Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price,
Yeah,
you...
Please,
Paiwan.
accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for... Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is, but I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any... the Tenryo Commission had very few leads. I thought you...
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But if anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault. In which case, the Tenryo Commission would absolutely...
That does make... Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's
Ini
already
karakter
run
utamanya aku
cold.
diam aja. Ya mau ya Allah.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked
Ada
you
suara
hasn't
enggak
been
nih?
causing any trouble else. Few people possess your prowess in battle.
Sekarang sampai
So unless you were the first
untuk
person he
kamu,
targeted,
siapa?
someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Ya kedua aja deh. Aku kesulitan melawan.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be... It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life. For the poor victim,
Don't worry,
Oh iya,
we'll
itu
find
kucing
him.
dong, pantes. Ada suaranya dari tadi.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara.
Kok dia
Surely
suara?
this same concern...
you flatter me. Truth be told,
You are
Udah
much too humble.
suaranya itu.
Don't worry, I completely understand your concern. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days.
Okay,
Let
apa
me
itu?
tell you about it just in case.
sure. During times like...
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma
Nagato.
Yuya, is a samurai from the
Dan
Amenoma
Itachi.
clan.
Di Edo Tensei.
Amanoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner. 2 grown men going missing at the same time.
Kok bisa dua orang dewasa menghilang?
Their
Saya anak kecil.
cases are likely connected. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is...
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Nggak usah kita bantu Ryuji. Ya kita selidiki kedua istri. Ya aja deh.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Iya, Paimon benar sekali.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation.
Oke.
I'll get moving shortly myself.
Oke, Ryuji. Thank you. Let's go. Kita ambil besi dong. Mana bunyi tok tadi? Nah, ini si kakek. Kakek Amenoma Togo.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Saya ingin buat senjata.
You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Raiden Gokaden.
Let me quickly explain. The
Raiden
Raiden
Gokaden.
Gokaden was the collective term for the 5 most acclaimed bladesmithing arts in Inazuma. The techniques of blade making were personally bequeathed to the Raiden Gokaden by the almighty Shogun, and over time, further honed and enhanced. Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual decline of many clans in the bladesmithing trade. Today, only the Amenoma clan has kept its art
Senjatanya
alive.
dong. Mirip semua.
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day
Tiap
in
hari tanpa
and day
terima
out,
kasih NPC.
until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan,
That's right. Ishin art, for only a blade thus forged can capture and convey.
indeed, most samurai you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal... But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case...
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying.
We heard that there was a collector involved in a disappearance too.
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that, the next thing I heard was a... Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately...
Manu, tidak ada auto.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
Ayo memberikan kepadamu.
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare
Oh,
weapon.
senjata langka.
Otherwise, he's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing,
Yang di awal-awal.
and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented.
Truth be told, we have some information that you, based on the evidence we have gathered so far...
What? No. Absolutely, he is humble and kind.
Humble.
Even his training is...
Is that so?
It's
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his... But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither... I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as to...
Don't worry. You have our
Oke,
word.
Kak Ketua.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Kita perlu informasi dari keluarga Nagato juga. Uzumaki dan Uchiha.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Uzumaki juga ya. Kita pergi ke rumah Nagato. Oke. Rumah Nagato itu ada di situ. Dekat sih. Udah ini dah. Ini kita udah ini. Bentar. Kita ambil dulu. Karena udah berapa air? Kan ini tuh 30 dong. Ini 20. Baru kita bisa bikin pedang, guys. Oke, let's go. Mana nih? Sini. Oh, dalam gini, dalam pintas. What? Hey. Lewat. Itu dia. Nagato Sachiko.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Bayar utang. Nggak juga, Bu.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information?
I'm afraid we don't have any new info. With this in mind, can we
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for
Mirip, cuma beda
more.
rambut doang dong. Beda rambut, beda style pakaian, suara. Tampangnya mirip.
That's a long story.
Aduh, cerita
Ever
lagi
since
dong.
I've known him,
Yang
he's been
lama-lama
an
Bu
avid
ceritanya.
collector. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, everything was fine when we first got married. But as time went by, things changed.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Ini masalah pernikahan kan?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
Dia fanatik pedang.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends on the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts.
Whoa!
Malah wow dia
And
banyak
that
payment.
led to an argument.
Payment.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Suaranya pelan ini dengan sedikit merasa bersalah. Tapi kalau tidak begitu, bagaimana dengan nasib keluarga ini? Nah, kamu sudah benar kok. Yang kedua sih, mengatur batasan itu penting.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament.
Ya benar.
I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply... The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During this...
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over... But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's...
Maybe he was...
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire. Even though I'm still a little mad at him. We're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf,
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, but the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also
a little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together
Jadi kan
what we've
seperti juga
learned.
mau beli pedang. Si Nagato nggak mau jual, jadinya Yuya ngebakar gudangnya. Kemungkinan seperti itu.
Rest
Tapi
assured,
ceritanya
we'll
dirumutkan.
notify you if we find anything.
Oke.
thank you so much.
Mana lagi nih? Kita mau diajak kemana lagi ini?
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over
Pas
to
ada
you.
perselian waktu mereka bukan jual beli, kebakaran itu mungkin hanya untuk menutupi kebenaran. Coba yang pertama.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a disagreement over the price escalated. However, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. If this is indeed what happened, and the innocent man hasn't come forward yet, one fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them
Kan
with the
sudah dibilang
potential
kan,
motive to
ada
disappear after
tekanan
the
dari
fire.
keluarga juga hutang segala macam kan. Mungkin anak itu berubah kan. Mungkinan ya.
The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it
Terus ini juga
becomes.
tidak ada
Just
hubungan dengan
what
yang
could have
bilang
happened
kita.
there? Right. Although the Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally...
Darn! We thought we could get to...
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case,
kita akan
both
jadi
Mr.
detektif.
Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some
Detektif
closure.
Paimon. Oke.
Okay, but
Let's head out of the city and check
Kita
out the
mungkin berkaitan
warehouse.
untuk meriksa gudang.
There's still a...
Gudangnya di mana? Ini dasar sok tahu kali gudangnya di mana coba. Periksa gudang. Mending tele aja nggak sih? Udah tele. Kita percepat.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Duduk.
oh, this must be another one of those as sketchy as that whole thing seems. You did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Kalau yang bisa diandalkan.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to...
Apa di sana? Ada buah-buahan.
But there's nothing here.
Ya benar sekali.
It's gone now. But I can still sense the direction. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Bisa muncul di sini.
Indeed. But this unexpected... We should remain vigilant.
Oke. Let's go. Kita pelan-pelan ke bawah tanah nih pasti.
So it's an underground...
The force is definitely coming from down. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since, judging from the
Oh, kalau
concentration,
udah kebakar gudangnya.
I would have to conclude
Mrs. Nagato said her
Saya
husband
udah
used to
beli
hang
gudang
around the
sendiri.
warehouse.
it could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy. From what I've been told, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the...
Okay.
Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So what should we do now?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry.
Oke, ya cepat buka dong. Cuma kali sih basa-basinya. Apalagi?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris.
Nah,
I can't see. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to
saya
rubble.
harus jadi pintu. Teknik itu buruk. Kita hanya melakukan saja. Coba yang kedua.
That was too scary. Paimon was...
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction of two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami.
Ayo cepat, Pak. Aduh,
Yes, let's go.
nomor 2 dong.
If nothing else, it quiet your mind and
Oke. Mana kita? Ikuti baunya dari tunjuk bau. Ini.
I'll race you there.
Nah lagi bau ini.
From this point, the trail appears to... The main source of the
Muter-muter
Tatarigami
saya
energy
tempat di
continued on
sini
into the
tadi ya.
distance, but a small portion remained here
Dua,
and seems
jadi
to be
dua
dissipating
dengan
slowly.
Nagatonya ini ya. Sudah pergi meninggalkan tempat ini, namun masih ada sedikit lagi. Saya sudah semakin lama semakin muda. Nah, coba yang pertama.
Quite.
Oke, kita periksa dulu guys. Anjir luas sekali dong. Luas yang tahun.
Whoa, look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Oh,
Something seems to be drawing their attention.
ada
Let's take
helper
a closer
guys.
look.
I'll protect us.
Aduh. Meledak. Nggak kelihatan apa dah. Nah, muncul lagi helper. Nggak tahu dulu. Kita pakai asli. Oke. Tenang kawan. Combo air dan listrik mempercepat dan memperbesar damage. Kena air. Kena air lagi.
Come a little closer.
Jatuh kau. Jatuh. It's
Look at the...
by the looks of it,
sudah
a
sudah
letter
sudah.
written on a piece of, well,
Namaku Nagato dan aku telah ditebas oleh Haleluya, dia memiliki pedang yang paling berharga. Aku berusaha mengejarnya tapi gagal. Sangat lelah, aku berbaring di sini untuk istirahat. Aku terus mengeluarkan darah dan kurasa aku sudah tak sanggup lagi, tapi seakan ada kekuatan tersentuh menimpa aku. Kenapa dia merebut pedangku? Padahal aku sudah bilang dan jawab padanya. Dia membakar tubuh aku sakit sekali. Sangat sakit. Tapi tidak boleh. Bisa tutup ini untuk mengalihkan perhatianku di rasa sakit. Bagaimana sensasiku, Yoichi dan Yuji? Aku benar-benar sudah mengecewakan mereka. Sampai karena aku baru sadar betapa terasosinya aku pada pasti ada sesuatu yang merasukiku. Pada akhirnya, sudah mengumpulkan begitu banyak benda-benda. Tapi kalau tidak bahagia dan tidak ada kamu, semua tidak berarti dibandingkan kata-kata. Terima kasih sudah membuatmu lelah, Hachiko. Meninggal dong. Mungkin meninggal.
according to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr.
Gak percaya kali loh.
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's
Nanti kita
nothing more for us to find here.
untuk cari lebih di sini.
Yes. Right now, if Aminoma Yuya is attacking other people in...
Right. So let's get moving.
Dia sebenarnya bukan orang yang seperti itu. Kenapa jadi begini ya?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the... For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest, all the clues that at first... I have a hypothesis.
Wait. You figured it out.
I believe so. But on with the search.
Oke, kita lanjutkan, guys. Wah. Sana ya? Untung belum. Yuk naik. Turun dikit, tungguin. Nah, terus. Lewat. Selesai. Mana ini? Nah, mana kita? Oh, ini. Perahu.
Why here? Is it...
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have... Show yourself!
Boleh keluar dia.
Kaede Harakazuma. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is. What's your problem, huh?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Aminoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Anjir, keren pedangnya dong. Belum dapat sih.
Now that you mention it, it is giving up. Whoa! Shoot!
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within the blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy Aminoma Yuya's body.
Aminoma Yuya. Aneh man.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced many years ago as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan.
I presume it has something to do with the right.
Indeed.
At that point in time, he failed to live up to the... He was a bladesmith of great renown. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his... He not only bestowed upon me the greatest... In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect...
So, swords can become conscious?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed after the death of my creator, I decided to leave Seshnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
So tell me, what happens to
my hosts? Who cares what happens to when they got tired or injured or unusable? I hopped to the next one in line.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma at long last, Kaede Harakazu now.
Mana dia? Oke. Cia. Anjir, keren karakternya. Aduh, sekali tembas dong. Oke, kita pakai ini. Aduh, mana dia? Kita lihat ultinya. Udih, keren dong. Oh, dia nggak di dalam dong, keren. Nice.
Stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no one.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that, even if you defeat me here, the one who... He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel. The end result is the same. And even if I were to lose by any means necessary...
Your fighting style. It is indeed the form, but from your movements, I sense only hatred.
Really?
As I've mentioned before, since the blade is currently, if you ask me, the mania...
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of East in that regard. Why would I ever...
Because all of that is in the past.
Okay.
I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything... After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable...
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching...
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you...
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point.
Anjir.
You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your... But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long...
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin, even if you were to sever that divine light. Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey, how could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you...
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are most perceptive.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing.
It's not you.
I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitate. It is pointless to argue further, descendant.
How stubbornly you stick. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge.
What?
Very well. Then fine. Once we have dealt with them, we shall...
And as for your end of the bargain, if...
I accept.
Oke, kita bertarung lagi. Indra beberapa penolakan menampak dan terkutuk yang bisa mengontrol manusia. Ini dia.
This is the only way to save Amenum. The cursed blade's strength is currently the power of the Tatarigami law. Even if things take a turn for the worse, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Aku juga tidak
I'm
bisa
willing to
menutup.
accept the risks and
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful now.
Aduh. Aduh.
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy at first, but it's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next? Have you...
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't. If a blade built for Ishin art, if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from... Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base,
Yes,
it's
tidak
been
ada
held
cocok.
by Ronin ever since!
Ah, all right.
What about Amenoma?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he had...
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
Oke. Fine, Paimon. Oh iya, sudah kelar dong. Lumayan sih, panjang. Oke, kita lanjut besok aja guys ya. Untuk percobaan pedangnya di sini. Thank you guys, yang udah nonton. Bye bye. Kita lanjut besok.